Hello everyone, welcome to the pit lane after the Monaco E-Prix. It's time for Picko's pit walk and we're going to start it off with Neo as we always do. It was an alright race for Neo today. They had a fantastic qualifying in Dan Tickton, putting it 14th. He finished 12th in the end. Oliver Turvey, he had... I don't know what's happened to Oliver Turvey at the moment because he qualified 21st today, only ahead of Seb Wemmy. And didn't really had a mediocre race and finished I think 15th. So it was an all right race, but it wasn't anything special. So I was kind of expecting more with their updates. However, still a decent weekend for them, and they can move on to Berlin. I think they can be rather happy. They were quick in the early stages of P1. So we now move on to Dragon, and an actually really good day for Antonio Giovinazzi. He qualified P19, finished P14, which was fantastic. He was running 14th for most of the race. In the dying stages, Sergio Setticamera did overtake him for what was then 14th, but became 13th by the flag. I think it's a good step in the right direction for Antonio Giovinazzi. So well done to him, and a good job today, Sergio Setticamera. Disappointing considering what happened in Rome, but sorry, they're speaking in French, so you might not be able to hear this bit. But we're going to speak about, for me, the team of the day. So, Seb Wemmy, 22nd to 8th. Mega stuff considering he told me yesterday that, and I apologise if you can't hear any of this, Ed can put subtitles on. Have fun with that. Mega day from him. We're just going to get this all sort of through now, aren't we? So, Max Gunter, he was running 7th until 2 corners to go. I was so gutted for Max Gunter. Disappointing for him, but good points on the table for the team, which is good. I'm now going to stand here to do Mahindra because, as you can see, there's starting to be trucks coming up behind me. So, Simsy, fantastic. I think, he was. I spoke to him in Penn. He was chuffed with his qualifying lap, but they still need to find something. I think him and Mahindra, they still need to find something so that it clicks for later in the season. So he finished 11th, just a couple seconds outside what would have been his first points of the season. So he's going to keep on pushing, fingers crossed, and we will get there soon enough, hopefully, with Alexander Sims. So now I'm going to walk very quickly and try and remember what the next team is. I think it's Porsche. I'm going to say Porsche, and we'll run with that. It is Porsche, and there's a lovely gap in here for me to speak about Porsche. Pascal. Oh, I did speak to him in the pen afterwards. He was really gutted. He did think that it could have been his race today. It looked all under control. And, truly gutted for Pascal. Andre, okay, we're going to speak about this now. He had an incident with Roland at turn 1. And both of whom sustained hand injuries, because when I saw them in the pen, Ollie Roland had something wrapped around his finger like a cold press kind of thing. And Toby from E-Formal D, you might remember him from Rome, he snuck up behind me. He posted a picture on Twitter of Andre's hand, which looks quite gruesome. So like if you're into that stuff, it kind of looked like a little pus thing had come up onto his hand. So yeah, disappointing day for them. Can we see? Can you see? No, you can't. So we're gonna have a little wander down then and talk about Venturi. Edo Mortara had a difficult day, to be fair. It was a very difficult day. Oh, is this thing gonna move? If so, we might stand here and do it. If it might move, so I'm just gonna stand here. Lucas Di Grassi qualified 5th, finished 6th. Solid day for him. And so yeah, good job from Lucas today. Eden Mortara just had a really bad day in the office. Started 16th. He was gaining places at the start of the race, but unfortunately that came to nothing, and he parked it in the pit lane, which was unfortunate for the former championship leader. But now these guys are way off the top four now, unfortunately. So it's going to be hard for them to come back, considering the lead that the other teams have got. Just going to see if we can get Andretti in here. Yeah, we can. So I can say Jake Dennis got some extra points. He had a fantastic start. He gained 5 places at the start of the race and finished 9th in the end. Which, but the race pace of the Andretti still looks like that it's not there, because they still seem to fall away. But because of all the shenanigans, Edo retiring and the whole Porsche, the whole Andre Roland accident, it seemed like that. That was the way that they got the points today. And Ollie Askew, unfortunately, 16th. I'm not sure what happened to him, but not a good day in the office for him. And now I have to remember, because there's another truck in the way, who is next after them. I'm going to hazard a guess. Say Envision. Is there another team next? No, it is Envision. It is Envision. So, Robin Frines, he is one of the big 4 who I think will be out there definitely challenging for the championship. Those big 4 now have about a race wins gap over the rest of the field. Didn't speak to Robin or Nick. Nick had an alright race. He finished 7th after starting. I'm going to stand this way, so yeah, I've got Envision behind me. After starting solo down, I think it was something like 15th. I think he started today. So yeah, a good day for Nick Cassidy. And yeah, Robin is fully in this championship hunt, which, I mean, for a man who hasn't won in 1.5 seasons or so, I mean, kudos to him. Now we're going to have to walk fancily behind all the wiring, because obviously they're taking all this down, because this all has to go to Berlin in 2 weeks, which I will get onto later. So we now move to Cheetah. I'm not sure how much further I'm going to go before I get told off again. So to Cheetah, they were my pick today, and honestly, I think they could have won if it wasn't for that full course yellow. It was unfortunate for Jev. That full course yellow turned up at that time. And then, yeah, he got stuck behind Mitch, and then that was that, really. Antonio had quite a poor qualifying. He was knocked out. He didn't take part in the duels. And he came home to finish 5th, which I think is a solid result. Solid result for the team and moving forward. And so, yeah, good job from them. I'm going to hazardly come down a little bit more, because there's wires everywhere, but I'm just going to dance through them all. And, all right, Sam, I was wrong. You were right. You did have pace today. Well, Mitch's side of the garage did. Sam Bird, I saw him when I walked into pit lane when I recorded it the first time. Yeah, he looked unhappy. It was disappointing for him about what happened. I think it was broken wishbone. Lost places off the start. It just wasn't to be for him today. Mitch got pole position, so Mitch is. I thought he was on a roll. I thought he was gonna go out like the pace that we saw in Rome. I thought he was gonna go out, and that was gonna be that. Alas, that not be the case. He really struggled on energy in the first part of the race. I think most of it was going up Beau Rivage. I think would have been a big handicap, because if you're in the toe, as was described a lot in Valencia last year, if you're in the toe, then it's a lot easier to save energy. When whereas Mitch was up front for quite a lot of that race and then just fell back after people took their attack modes and everything. So yeah, yeah, good race for them, but Sam needs to catch a break. Like he cannot catch a break at the moment. It's not ideal because, I mean, like now we're in this system now. Now we're in this system now. It's really needed to be Sam's time to shine, and it just hasn't been so far this season. And then I'm going to come on to the winners, and I'm going to stay here because you can see the garages from here. Stoffel Van Dorn. Did get to speak to him. Yeah, he was very, very emotional when he won that one. Partly because it's Monaco. Partly because the thing is, like last season, he was so quick in qualifying, but then everything happened to him in the race. I mean, like, if you think back to London, Roland couldn't hit the brakes, and that was that for Stoff. So it's good to see him finally. He is one of the big four. The big four are Freins, Vern, Van Dorn. Who's the other one? Who's the other one in the championship hunt? Evans. How did I forget Mitch? Yeah, you can tell that like I've been up for 13 hours at this point. My brain starts going to mush. Yeah. So yeah, elation on one side of the garage, but where was Nick's pace? Like, he started 8th and finished 10th. That's not what a reigning world champion's supposed to do. So I think he needs to find something. He's going back to Berlin when he won the championship last year. That might raise his spirits a bit more. Yeah, it's an interesting one, but it's nice to see that they had the race pace today because they sort of fell back a lot in the race in Rome, and that's something that I touched on with Stoff in the interviews that you can find on the channel. Right, let's do the admin now. So yeah, you can find all the interviews from today. We spoke to a fair few of them, and a fair few of the heavy hitters actually. So I'm actually really delighted that we were able to speak to most of them today. So you can find that all on the YouTube channel. And the Formula E Circus returns in Berlin in 2 weeks' time, where I will not be there. So I'm not in Berlin. I should be back for Jakarta at the start of June. However, the reason why I'm not in Berlin is because I have tickets to the Eurovision Song Contest in Turin, in Italy. So I'm going to be there. Come on, Sam Ryder. I'm putting that in. Come on. Everything I've heard about, we're not going to get nil par this year. I will. What will I do? I will drink a shoey on something like this if we get nil par at Eurovision this year. But I can't wait for that. But I'll be watching from there with intent, because it's gonna be a fantastic race, double header as well. So look forward to that. So enjoy the Berlin E-Prix, and I will see you in Jakarta at the start of June.